The trailer for the new Animal Farm by Angel Studios kinda sucks.
I know the movie is not out yet and I'm being too quick to judge, but that's what the internet is for. Maybe I'll make a new commentary when it actually comes out during May of 2026. The trailer for the new Animal Farm has struck the people in a weird way for its twist on George Orwell's novelette Animal Farm. In case you've never heard of Animal Farm, here's a summary. There's this farm called Manor Farm. The animals get tired of being slaves to humans. They take over humans, make a democratic community of their own where animals are equal. They make 7 commandments. Further into the story, the pigs want more power. They manipulate the commandments to benefit their own ideals, making them higher than others, therefore the saying, some animals are more equal than others, which negates their first narrative. And then it ends with them turning into human-like figures, from pig to man and from man to pig, the oppressed becoming the oppressors. Animal Farm is often taught as an allegory of the Russian Revolution, but Orwell used that history to make a broader warning about power. A real-life example of this story is Philippine history. We were colonized by Spain for 400 years and more years under Japan and US. Filipinos took back the power with the narrative of having free citizens. Now what do we have? Flood control projects, voting scandals, a committee that's supposed to investigate government-made scams, pointing fingers at each other like children. The oppressed become the oppressors. You see how political that is? That's because it's supposed to be. The Animal Farm you're seeing right now, with high-tech machines, a seemingly human antagonist, and humor that only appeals to younger generations or millennials. It's not George Orwell's Animal Farm. It's a reconstrued imitation of what you want it to be. The part that is disturbing about Animal Farm is that the pigs made their own decisions to do what they did. They planned the revolution. They're the ones that manipulated the commandments for their own benefit. They're the ones breaking rules that they built. For the new Animal Farm, it seems like they're going into the route for the pigs getting manipulated by humans. The point was, corruption came from one of our people. When someone decides to take advantage of the system, they can and will. My father showed me the trailer, and when I commented on its vision, he argued that the novel is too short to make 1:1. It's not that adaptations are bad, it's that they're missing the point of why Animal Farm was so impactful. It ends right at the climax, from pig to man and from man to pig. After that, you don't know what happens, and the reader can't definitely make a conclusion of what happens next. That's why some readers say it leaves you with a pit in your stomach. Corruption never really ends, and it's not an ending, so it's not good or a bad ending, it's just unending. Most Animal Farm adaptations like to extend that, with the animals escaping the farm, making a sweeter ending that we're used to with most movies. Quick pause before we get heavier. If you like this kind of analysis, consider supporting me by ordering a commission, linked down below for my artistry. You can also subscribe, like, and comment what you would like me to talk about next. This can cause a misconception of the classic literature that is the commentary of George Orwell. Keep in mind his books are in the banned book section. There's a reason it's considered a threat towards people with power. Changing where the conflict came from and its unapologetic political warning affects other generations being introduced to George Orwell's works or banned literature in general. It's not like reading classic literature and analyzing it is getting trendy. However, that's just my observation. They're watering down the seriousness and relevance that it has today. And you're going to wonder why the younger generation is politically illiterate.